trimmed. The complete topic I want to share today is how to enhance your career prospects during post COVID-19 era. Okay, so I don't have to talk about post the COVID-19 era, because we all know last few months we have been closely watching this space, and all of us know enough now about COVID-19. I'm not talking about COVID-19. As a professional in IT industry, in the hotbed of IT, that is Bangalore, I have understood certain things when I work with my colleagues in the last 3 months. What are the important things that you should bear in your mind when you come out of your studies, when you join the workforce, when you become an employee or an entrepreneur for that matter, wherever you are on earth? You need to change, you need to shift the gears from now to be effective, to be succeeding in your career, in your studies even. So let me share my desktop first. I hope I can go as a presenter right now. Is my desktop visible, Arjun?
No, no. Anu,
I'm sharing.
No, sir, the desktop is not visible.
I'm sharing. One sec. Let me just.
So please, will you try once more?
yeah, well, it's connecting.
Yeah, disconnecting, right? Yeah. I think you're able to see my desktop right now.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. How to enhance your career prospects during the post-COVID-19 era. Guys, I know you all know a lot. Okay, this is just the essence of my experience in the recent past. Okay, I just want to share it with you. You could interrupt me, you could ask questions at any time, but it will be good if you can save up your questions to the end so that the flow will not be broken. But you can interrupt me anytime. You're free to do that. You see, there are only two possibilities. Okay, as we are all waiting, as the whole world is waiting for a remedy for this pandemic. Possibility one is a vaccine or a treatment method or prophylactic solution will come up soon. Or no vaccine to eradicate this virus, like what happened in the case of AIDS, that HIV. It has been 25, 30, 35 years now, and there's no vaccine for that. It's also virus. So as we hope for a vaccine for COVID-19, the wrong side of it, the worst case scenario is no vaccine might come. There may be kind of prophylactic solutions to control it. There may be some treatment methodologies, but a complete cure may not come or may come. Let us assume the worst case scenario. No vaccine is coming up. Okay, if a vaccine comes up, the world will go back to the old ways, good or bad, and people will come out to the streets. People will come back to their lives with a vengeance. Okay, we're not seeing that. We're not discussing about that. Okay, let us take the worst case scenario. In either case, okay, one thing is sure: the world of knowledge workers is going to be changed for a long time to come. Okay, by the way, we are all knowledge workers, whether you belong to civil engineering, or you are in electrical, or you are in electronics communication engineering, or you're in biotechnology or anything. A future engineer is going to be a knowledge worker, okay, with varying percentage of knowledge and application and field work. So you all need to be very clear that there's a huge component of you that is actually knowledge. As we all know that knowledge is shareable. It can be shared digitally all over the world using all the platforms available. I don't need to teach you. You all know how it is. So that's a new paradigm shift. Okay, whether we get a COVID solution or not, it has been proved in the last 3 months or 4 months, most of the world. A lot of jobs can be done remotely. So by default, you're all going to be remote workers to different percentage, different proportions. So you need to bear in mind the main paradigm shift that has happened is companies are thinking about making their workforce work from home or work from office hubs or small distributed satellite offices near to your place where you can walk to the office or the so-called office. It's not the massive workplaces like before. I'll explain more and expand on these coming slides. The question is how, as students, job seekers, those who are in the final, going to be in the final year now, and prospective employees, those who hold the offer letter and going to join soon, how can you enhance your career prospects? Mind you, this is not a comprehensive lecture. I'm just sharing my experience, the essence of it. This is only a beginning so that you will be pushed to think that way. So that if you are in the beginning of your engineering studies, you have a long time. If you're in the second year, if you're in third year, you still have time to shape up the course of your preparation for a job and a career, eventually a career. Okay, that's why I told that some of you are just students. You will be a job seeker soon, or you will be a prospective employee very soon. So how can you enhance your career prospects? Earlier, you will finish your fourth year. It's the duty of the college to arrange for sessions, placements, and the placement officer will enhance or facilitate your chances and you get into a job. Or you find out a job on your own. But finally, you will end up in a job or some other job. That's for sure. Guys and girls, until recently, we were all excited to see a lot of things happening in the areas of uh, nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, electric cars, solar, ICT, financial technology, and whatnot. A lot of things were happening, and we were, as an employee of Schneider Electric in Bangalore, we've been talking about a lot of things, which I myself were, my team and I were involved in a lot of discussions. How to implement MI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, in making our software, our process control software, our approach to the customer service, everything to be enhanced, and how to delight the customer. We were talking about a lot of things, electric cars, shifting from fuel burning cars to electric cars, Tesla cars. A lot of changes in the way we communicate, information and communication technology, ICT. And we were thinking about making big jumps into quantum computing. By using qubits, how can we compute more things faster? What happened? The world was about to change in a big way, and this happened. Then it happened. What happened? Everything came to a screeching halt, all due to a small thing called COVID-19. The priorities are changed. I know within my company, a lot of budgets are being reworked. A lot of projects are being stalled. A lot of new projects are being started. A lot of rethinking, re-strategizing. A lot of things are going to be changed. It's not the same way. All these things will come up in a different way. Only the approach will change. So mind you, things will eventually happen, whether it's artificial intelligence or nanotechnology or ICT or quantum computing or solar technology or financial technology or personal technology. Anything will come up eventually. They need you. Don't lose your hope. just because of COVID-19. But the approach will be different. So from my experience, what I've seen in the recent past, I just want to share a few things. Before that, I'm bringing your attention to the title again, the difference between a job and a career. You are all set for a job sooner or later. Okay, what you have in your mind is to get a job, get into a job, a bigger company, better company, a good salary package, and a good offer. Okay, so I would like you to think from getting a job to the paradigm of getting into a career, that kind of thoughts, not just a job. Job you will get anyway. You know the difference between a career, job and career. A career is a long-term professional journey you may determine based on your passions. So the key word is here, you can determine your career path a lot, if not 10%. And it's all based on your passions. You should have passion. So job is just a job. It earns you a wage. But if you are looking for a career, you will be automatically thinking about the skills or the platform that you should be standing on, not just job, not just a wage, not just a monthly pay package. Okay, you need to bear it, because this is all my experience in the past 20 years in IT industry. I also, when I joined, I just wanted to have a job. But later on, I came to know that, okay, job is a job, but career is made of passion and determination, and you work constantly towards that. So please bear in mind. So I've customized this talk just you in mind. I'm sure most of you in this session today are students seeking a job and a career today or tomorrow. So that's why I'm talking in this way. So coming back to the realities of remote working, which is the mainstay in post COVID days, okay, in that era, remote working becomes the mainstay in the future in many now jobs. Whether it is Microsoft, whether it is the smallest company from a remote corner of the world or whatever, remote working is going to be a reality. I'm doing it right now. For the last 3 months, I've been working from the same very room, morning to evening, sometimes more work, sometimes unstructured work, sometimes boring because we have no social contact because of COVID-19. We are not allowed to go to office, but we are free to work from home or any other location if we need to go to some other location to work, but with social distancing. So whether it was a choice, no, it was imposed on us. But now we are kind of settled with this feeling. The feeling has sunk in that we will not have social contact the way we knew about it earlier. So you need to be prepared for that. Okay, so that's the mindset that you need to have in post-COVID-19 era. If the virus still continues, we are confined. We will be confined to a small room or a small corner of your home or any other location. You will not have a huge floor of workers, 500, 1,000, 1,500 in a building. No. Okay, so bear in mind, remote work becomes the mainstay. So you need to adapt to that kind of mindset, and you need to evolve to that kind of situation. I'm touching upon those points in the coming slides. So you might want to ask me, it's anybody's guess, but I just want to touch upon the experience from my side, my team, my colleagues, my seniors, and management as a whole, what they felt. What are the skills that you need? Okay, I won't be giving you everything, but I want to just share tonight some thoughts and leave you there so that you can work upon it. You will be initiated. You will start a new journey into your career starting from tonight or nowadays, and you can have it. One core thing, assuming that one day you will become a manager or a supervisor or in certain decision-taking capacity. So you need to align from now onwards your ability to manage many things together. your ability to manage many things together, and your leadership skills if you want to excel in your career. These two are the most important things. When you think about a job, you don't take decisions mostly. You're not a manager yet, and you are not expected to be, or you are not performing as a leader. But you need to think in that paradigm now onwards. When I become a manager, when I am a business leader, to become excellent in that, what should I do now? So your ability to manage many things together. Earlier, it used to be a serial thing. You get a design, you just design it, or you assist a team to design it, and it goes for production, it goes for quality, whatever, etc., etc. You think to be linear, but even now, as a beginner, you will be asked to manage. You will be asked to lead in a small way based on your job or your position. And that will be a different skill. You need to manage, you need to do many things together because you don't have the team sitting next to you to talk to your colleague, to ask just a yes or no question. Nobody's there. You need to have a call, you need to have a video call, you need to have a chat session initiated for 1 minute. You must be spending 10 minutes, and that's a huge interruption. So you need to adapt to that kind of parallel, delayed, and disconnected work. I don't know how to call these things. This is what I'm seeing in my team, in my company, in my work right now. It's not quick succession of easy tasks. Tasks may be same, but the connecting links between the packages, that's what we say in management terms, in project management, small work packages are little different now onwards. And you need to even have leadership things, skills. Okay, that's a huge area. I don't want to make a big discourse on how to manage things and leadership here. My point is, you need to have your leadership skills and management skills early in your career to excel. It's not I do my part 9 to 5, I go off. May not. That may not help. That mindset may not help you anymore because your tech lead, your manager, your higher ups will be depending you on many things to be done in a disconnected way. And don't come back in the evening, oh, I could not do. We don't have a choice anymore like that. Moving forward, managing things remotely. Okay, let me repeat on that. Okay, you are not seeing directly seeing the people. You're not able to have personal interaction. Following up is difficult and distracted and disconnected and disjointed. And you need to assess many things intuitively of what could go wrong because you don't have any choice to screw up things. And at the end of the day, you call them up, your team members, that okay, working alone, I didn't get that person, he was not available, I screwed this up. No, you don't have. So you need to work intuitively how to work in a disconnected world, or I mean, you are in your own silo when you work at home. Okay, so this has got a lot of meaning. I'm just sharing the feeling and the scenario that I faced recently. Okay, that's why you need to align yourself. How can I work unsupervised? How can I work independently? How can I work intuitively so that nothing will go wrong possibly? Okay, this is very important. As a manager, I expect these things from my team members, more like unlike the past. At that time, I'm sitting with them, the tech lead is sitting with them. When something goes wrong, they can just turn their chair and they can ask a question. Not anymore. That is not an option in the worst case scenario. Now, assume that you grew up in your career a little more. Okay, you have your reportees, and you have your other managers, and you have the management team looking up to you. You have the top management looking at the teams. So at that time, in the disconnected world, in the disconnected work world, work situation, your ability to influence people will be even more important. You need to influence people. It's a big term. It's a big subject in itself. Okay, I don't want to open it up more than this, but bear in mind, you should be selling your ideas. Selling doesn't mean that selling software, selling electrical goods, selling electronic goods. Selling, you are selling every day. Your ideas, your ideals, your thoughts, your choices, your preferences. You need to influence people, your team members. Influencing face to face in a meeting room is much easier than when you are remotely. You have less time in a crowded meeting place in Zoom or in Teams or wherever, and you need to convey the message very precisely, aptly, and with agility. You may not get even a second chance because somebody else will speak, or you may not be heard, or you may be overpowered by somebody who is more vocal. Okay, so your influence on others, you have nothing else. You have to only speak. So that's why, I mean, speaking is one aspect of it. I'm coming to that. So your ability to influence people is paramount. Otherwise, you will not be heard. You may be ignored even. And if that continues, you're at a peril. Okay. I hope so far I didn't tell anything very big. I didn't confuse you, hopefully. Is that so? Could you please give me some feedback right now?
Yes,
I
sir.
assume, yeah, I assume that I'm clear, right, so far?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect.
Thanks. Going forward, guys, this is a little off the track, but I just want to just share this thought which came in the last moment when I was preparing for this call, for this webinar. You even may be taken for a job, okay, not by an employer here in India. Right now, the linear thought is that, okay, I'll apply for a job, I'll get a job, I'll join up for a job in Bangalore or Delhi or Mumbai or Hyderabad or anywhere else. Okay, not anymore. In post-COVID area, the paradigm is again shifting. Foreign companies can offer you a job for what you are if you have enough skills and if you can convince them. You could be directly employed by a foreign company much more than what happens now. Here, I know a lot of MNCs are there. They're all Indian entities of those companies. But you could even work in the in the upcoming scenarios. You could be even working directly as a member, as an employee of a foreign company, which is run from abroad. So that's why I'm telling you, these kind of skills are the skills that will launch you in your, if not your first job, maybe in your second job or in your subsequent jobs. So these skills, when you can convince them, are very important. So I'll explain some of the skills right now, where I know my colleagues and my people from the same place, what the challenges are, which I also had faced in the past. As I said, people are reverse migrating right now from cities like Bangalore and Mumbai and Delhi for COVID reasons. There's an opportunity in it. Professionals like me here, I've been staying in this place for a long time, and I pay a lot of money for the same goods and services I can get cheaply from other places. So some of you, when you join here in Bangalore or in other cities in post-COVID era, you don't need to be in a city. You may have a job from a Bangalore company, but you could be working in from Wayanad or Calicut or Trichy or Trivandrum, the way you are working from Bangalore. Mind you, you cannot enjoy a Bangalore salary probably when you're working from Wayanad, but that's okay. Be ready for that because your living expenses will be much less than Bangalore. You don't have to commute 2 hours one way. You don't have to pay a high rent. You don't have to pay a high fees for your kids in schools. So when that comes down, your salary also could be low, because that are the ways that companies are thinking about now. That's the current thought. But your saving potential, okay, high cost, high salary, will change to low salary and low cost. So you might end up saving the same amount. You should be fine for that. You could be near to your people. You could be staying in your own place. You don't have to travel. Okay, so that's a new paradigm. People want to stay away from costly places like Bangalore. So you can even take up lower salaried job and still have the same saving potential. While working remotely, you need to have a very strong communication skills, both written and spoken. I can't over stress this anything more than this. Okay, communication skills is the main thing in knowledge industry. You may be a best coder around, you may be the best architect around, but if you can't communicate to the standards that MNCs or other companies of post-COVID era presents, if you can't communicate enough and well, you are doomed. Most probably. If you can still survive, that's good. But there are chances that if you can improve, if you can have excellent communication skills, both written and spoken, there's a high chance that your career will be more secure than otherwise. I want to just add one more thing. These are all called transferable skills. Okay, I'm not talking anything about technical skills tonight. Okay, just the soft side of it, because you're all from different backgrounds, and you're all looking forward to get a job and a career and succeed in life. So what is a transferable skill? Transferable skill, like communication skills, can be transferred, is useful, is minimum, is required in any job. Okay, you may be a coder, but if you have communication skills, you can prosper. The same skill is needed for other kind of job. If you shift your job to different field or different area within your wide area or whatever, these skills will follow you. That's the concept of transferable skills. So it's important that you need to spend time and energy. If not, if you have not done it, I know many of you will be excellent in communication skills, but if you have any gap, you need to fill that right now onwards. And anybody at all are at different levels, and anybody at any level will have another level to go up. So it never ends. It never ends. It's a continuing journey. Let me elaborate a little more on this going forward. I have some notes here. Guys, communication skill is not speaking alone. It's not speaking. Okay, speaking meaningfully. Okay, it is speaking and presenting meaningfully. So I know a lot of you have a lot of kind of what they call mental blocks, because English is never our mother tongue, and it may be a challenge. I've seen my colleagues and in my own case, it's a big challenge. When you end up in a multinational company, there may be people who have high communication skills. At that time, you may feel inferior. You need to kill that right now, right from now. Okay, one method I just would like to encourage you all, if you have that facility there, go and join a Toastmasters club. I did that. If you don't know about Toastmasters club, please Google it, and you can learn more about that. It's a kind of worldwide non-profit organization anywhere in the world. You can join. It's in a club format where you can learn public speaking skills. I don't want to make another public speaking here about public speaking. I mean, you all know what is public speaking. But I'm also sure some of you, if not most of you, if not all of you, will have butterflies flying in your stomach when you face a crowd. I know most of you can, or all of you can face a small crowd. But when you are in front of a bigger crowd, when you need to talk to an audience, it is common that you will have a lot of issues, a lot of trembling feeling. It's called stage fright. Okay, you need to kill that. So Toastmasters, I don't know if it is there already in your town. You need to just join whenever possible and go there. It's a most safe place. It is a platform wherein they will encourage you to make presentations and speeches, prepared speeches, and they will give you feedback. And there will be a mentor for you, and that person will help you to prepare speeches and deliver in front of a supporting audience who will never criticize you. They'll give you positive and negative. They don't say negative feedback. It's called points of improvement. So Toastmasters, I know it's not very popular in Kerala. It is there everywhere. I know in all cities it is there, but you need to go and join. So I don't want to spend this valuable time of years on explaining on Toastmasters. I just want to introduce those who don't know about it. Go and join Toastmasters and be job ready in that area. Okay. And another thing is you must be knowing about TED speeches. You must listen, if possible, every day or at least once a week, a TED speech. TED speech is not a chota mota thing happening somewhere on the web. TED speakers are all accomplished in their own fields, and those speeches are of high quality, high grade. So you can learn a thing from the very content of it and how they present, and it in itself is a big education. So TED or TEDx, I prefer TED speeches because they are of a very high standard in terms of the language, the content, and the presenters. So if you can't do that, TEDx for local topics and local presenters, you could do that as well. But there should not be a week passed without listening to either of this. So these are just a few suggestions. And one more thing I would suggest you to do start is, if you have not done it yet, start a blog. You can keep it private if you're not confident, but write about anything that will improve your writing skills. Because I said the communication is two-way. You need to write to influence people, to communicate to people, to communicate to people as you speak to communicate with others, to speak. To communicate and influence people. So writing becomes very important. I'm sure a lot of people will be good at speaking, and vice versa. That means some people are good at writing, but it's a lesser crowd when it comes to speaking. Okay, the oratory skills and writing. So getting proficiency in both these channels is not easy. Naturally, people will be good at one of these. Okay, I'm not talking about writing in our mother tongue. Okay, all are good at it. But fortunately or unfortunately, English is the language in this multinational world. So the world is shrinking. The whole world is learning up the lingua franca, that is English. And as you know, that we all made a big stride, a big industry out of IT. Is not just because of our logical thinking and the logical skills and numbers alone. It's also because we were generally good at than an average person in the world in English. So you need to enhance it further while speaking and writing. So that's why I spend a lot of time on that. Moving forward, I have a few points which are very pet to me, that your health, both mental and physical. Okay, I don't want to overstress that, but I'm a kind of a health buff, mainly in physical health. I am an ambassador in my company, Schneider Aviva, for health and well-being and wellness, mostly on physical side of it. You guys, you being very young at this age, tend to ignore your health, both physical as well as mental. This is the best time. It is the best time now to invest in your health, because later on, when you are in the 40s or 50s, when you catch up with age, when you have a lot of health issues, it's very difficult to reverse it. So this is the best time. This is the best time to invest into some physical activities, sports, or invest in eating well, learning up how to eat well, and improve your vital signs. Okay, it's a whole different matter. Okay, I used to conduct workshops in my office, as I'm an ambassador for physical health and well-being in our office. It's a whole subject in itself. Okay, I can talk, I would love to talk hours together on that, but please take care. There's no point in losing your health preparing for post-COVID era career. No, you need to do all these things, with my humble advice from my experience, standing on good health. Otherwise, the progress that you might do in the beginning of your career will be short-lived, and it is a foolishness. I have a lot of things to share, but in the interest of time, I want to cut short here and give it the control back to the organizers. And I thank Arjun and Wynod Engineering College Alumni Association in Bangalore for giving me a chance to talk to you, the young crowd here. And I'm excited to share my experience in a little way. I know this was not a very intellectual discourse, but I just want to, from my heart, I just want to share my little humble thoughts, which will help you. Back to you, to the organizer. And this is now time for question and answers. If I can answer your questions, I can answer. Otherwise, I can provide you with answer later on over email or social media. Thanks. Thanks for listening. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Tom sir. I think we can begin with the Q&A session. If you have any questions to ask, feel free to raise your questions to Dr. Tom George. He'll be answering your questions. You can unmute yourselves and ask, or just type in here your question if you have any.
Yeah, I can see some messages here. Yeah, people are thanking me. It's not for me alone. Thanks are due to GEC Alumni Association in Bangalore and your own group there, and the officers who have joined and your seniors who have joined here. And it's not easy to join in a 1 hour session on a Sunday evening when you have more things to do. And I would like to thank everybody who have joined in this talk right now, and I'm sure you all will bear these humble suggestions in your mind when you prepare for your career and job going forward, and I'm sure you will succeed in your career. Thanks once again. Uh, Back to you. Arjun, if you want to add anything, you could add from your experience.
Yeah, I don't. You covered all the stuff. I ask you, since nobody asked, some QA means somebody should ask some question, right? At least the fine, maybe the first and last question. Let me ask you how the recruitment will happen going forward. How you feel? I mean the campus placement and all the stuff. what do you think? How it's going to be happening?
Yeah, yeah, it's a good question. It's not a new scenario. MNCs have been doing it for many years remotely, and now for local recruitment also, it could be the same way. There may not be any physical contact. I mean, physical campus visit. It will be completely over the web. There may be pre-work to be done. They'll be sending you some questions about yourself, the usual things, and they will assess the candidates' writing skills, attitude, and they might even go to your social media profile to profile you. What kind of person is this person? And if there's any disconnect between your persona there on the social media and what you write about yourself and submit for a job, and if there's a big disconnect, they might ask you to prove, and it may go against, or it may enhance your possibilities of landing in a good job. So be very careful when you expose in your social media your writings, and if it can be positive to enhance your abilities, to enhance your chances for landing in a job, that will help. So be prepared. As I said, it is important to be presentable in an interview online, okay, to convince the recruiter why they should take you. And you should bring out your all abilities. You don't have a chance to sit in front of them, so it's going to be remote. And also maybe a chat, it could be anything, or it could be a pre-work that you need to submit. You can't ask your parents to work to write, do a statement that why they should recruit you. So these are the thoughts that I got recently from our company's discussions right now. It could be more than this.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. First of all, thank you, sir. Thank you. On behalf of Government Engineering College Wayanad Alumni Association and IEEE Students Wing. So thank you, Arjun, for bringing Dr. Tom George, sir, for us. And this was a nice session. So my question to you, sir, is people are worried. A lot of people have got placements in our college also. So, but companies are saying, let it be wait till a time, and they are not getting the actual placement orders. So, as an experienced person in the industry, what would you think the job prospectus for the next 1 year?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good question. Thanks. It was actually an elephant in the room. Okay, it was it was there in everybody's mind, and nobody asked that question. Thanks, Shabir, for asking the question. So the simple answer is that nobody knows. Okay, but my thoughts are this. Number one, some job offers may not be honored. Be prepared for that. Sorry to say this, but a lot of job offers will be honored, and it may be a deferred one. It may happen after 3 more months or 6 more months or even later. So most of the people, I'm sure, will get back into the job, will get into that job, but some of you might want to believe that it may not happen. So that's why you need to prepare yourself. Second point, the group that we are in, Arjun and we have a stream to help people in this situation. Okay, we are also actively discussing that. We have a group for that to help youngsters, especially from our place, Kerala, when they come here or when they have job requirements or job loss even before joining for a job. So we have we have a vast network here. So in that network, we can connect people. Of course, Arjun is secretary for KEA here in Bangalore. He can connect with you, and I'm sure he has been doing a lot of work for your alumni chapter and their Bangalore chapter as well. So Arjun can connect through your placement officer to us, to KEA. Don't expect that we can give job to everybody, but we can provide you with some information and some networking, some connection, if not direct jobs. So Arjun will help you with that. So most important thing is that stay positive. If you get into a negative thought, if you get into a negative vibe, then you lose all your confidence. You won't have confidence to face the interviews. No, You need to be very, very positive. The positivism, the outlook should ooze from your words. Okay, people are looking, we are looking for not for your knowledge alone, because knowledge can be acquired on the way, okay, along the way. But we're looking for people who are confident, who have undying hope, even in COVID situation. Those who can work remotely, those who can take things in their hand and deliver it. Okay, these are the prospects. These are the aspects that we're looking into people. So you need to talk well. Even you should have the ability to hide your inability or your disability or your ignorance. That's the correct word, your ignorance. If you can hide your ignorance and project your whatever you know, and your positivism, your courage, okay, your all positive aspects, please try to do that thing. You should have mock interviews done by your faculty or your HR or your placement officer multiple times. Then you will be able to handle a remote interview. We conduct a lot of remote interview for lateral entry, not for direct. We always used to go to the campuses, not me, others, my seniors in the campuses, and they remotely, I mean, they do it face to face. But lateral entry has been remote always, and only for the joining or the last HR round they come to Bangalore office. So we are used to it. So these are the traits that we look forward in a to be in a first time job seeker. I hope I gave you some tips.
Okay, thank you, sir. You have a question there in the chat box, I think.
Could you please read?
Yeah, we have a question from Jaykrishnan K. I will read it out to you.
Yep.
These days, the internet speed is very limited, so some students are not able to attend the online interviews. How can we address this problem?
Yeah, I myself have seen this in my team here and being in Bangalore. Hopefully that will improve. You need to invest some time and money into it. I guess that all of you have broadband at home. Upgrade at least for this few months when you are having this job situation. Upgrade to 100 Mbps if it is available. Pay some money, invest some money into it. Upgrade your modem to a high performance, high speed modem. That kind of hardware adjustments you need to do. And I don't think, I don't know about your 4G connections there if it works. So if it is not possible, request your management to give you a space in the office, in the college, attached with the training and placement officer, a room. Arjun, you should push this thing, a room wherein students can come and attend a remote session in the college. I'm sure college will have a MPLS connectivity or something better, or a high bandwidth connectivity there.
Yes, sir. We do have IBAN connectivity, but the thing is that at the last mile connectivity, because students are held up at homes, that still it's there.
But can't they come to the college for attending an interview? Can't the
that would
placement?
be, yeah, because yeah, that can be done. Yes, sure.
Yeah, a permanent kind of a setup, well-lit room with the high performance hardware connectivity, and a good laptop or a large screen, a camera, good mic, etc., will enhance the chance of you presenting yourself to a remote interviewer. A slow-moving video, breaking voice is a big no. I faced that situation when I took interview for candidates for taking to my team, and I got irritated. So please avoid or go to some other location or friend's home where connectivity is better. Make sure that this is a big no. Low bandwidth connectivity is a big no. You will lose a chance, because if you're not heard, how can they assess you? So kind of permanent setup in the college will help. A fixed time slot, 2-3 laptops, good connectivity, good well-lit room, and a good setup will give them boost their chance, interview chance. They have to travel to the college, of course, or any other location. Suggestions to enhance coding skills these days. It's a big topic in itself. Maybe Arjun should arrange for a next session, not from me. Maybe somebody else who are active in coding. Okay.
Sure, no.
Yes, I just missed one point. You need to go and get a lot of possibly professional certifications. Okay, some high class certifications when you are there. Okay, so not just any cheap certification. Professional certifications will give add credentials to your career. Okay, right now you don't have to do anything. You are students, but once you join in a job, you need to take. I used to take until recently one certification a year. I have many more certifications than it was announced. So that certification will establish that you are committed to your profession and you have taken some effort to do that, and that will help you. So credentials, certifications also. So coding, Microsoft certification or Java certification or project manager certification or quality certification, whatever. So that's important.
So we have another question from Elson. In
Mhm.
these times of crisis, the companies are cutting down costs. So generally, they will be limiting the new intakes. So what skills do you think the employers will be seeking for from a fresher in this post-COVID era?
Yeah, that exactly is the point. Thanks for a nice question. You need to stand out from the crowd. Okay, say if they're interviewing 50 people or 100 people, allow your prospective employer to choose you effortlessly. They should not struggle. If there's nothing to choose between all these people, they may have to take lots, or they may have to just leave the campus. You make yourself an easy target of getting a job, choosing you. Make them choose you effortlessly. They don't have to struggle to choose the best. So stand apart. That's why I told you, apart from your marks, apart from your technical skills, you need to have a lot of extras. Okay, you're a Toastmaster. You have it's called a CC, competent communicator. Once you deliver 10 speeches in Toastmasters, they'll give you an international certification called CC, and they will communicate that to your professor or your employer. It's called competent communicator. So in your CV, everybody has everything, same thing. If you have something extra like that, you have a communication skills certification, you have a Toastmasters certification, you have a Microsoft certification, you have an associate certification, or you did some certain things and you did some amateur research and you published a paper. So stand apart. And these things are more important than ever right now, because instead of taking 100 people, they are taking this time, say 25 people from your college or in your batch. So you want to be, you have to be in the top 25 or top 10 or in the top 10 companies that you want. So be identifiable, be special, stand apart. Again, let me repeat, make the employer or the selector to choose you effortlessly. Whatever you need to do from now onwards, if you're in the first year, second year, start doing it. You have time. You have time. Most of you have time. Invest in that thing. So there are two sides of the coin. One is technical skills. No question about it. You should be excelling in that. You should have good CGPA. You should have good credentials. That's fine. That's understood. That's taken. The other side, what extra you have in your communication or in your writing skills or in your researching skills or in your publishing skills or in your any other area, so that if it is aligned with their own expectation, that selector will have an inclination to choose you. There are so many things, but these are the things that are coming to my mind. So I'm sure Arjun can get you a lot of connection to KEA in Bangalore. When you finish your degree, even if you are coming to Bangalore or not, you should be in touch with KEA through Arjun, because it's a huge network of highly professionally accomplished team. and they can connect to you. And Arjun will be active always as usual, as before, and he can help you. So I think I answered to my ability the questions that you asked. And if you have more questions, you can reach me through Arjun as well, and we'll be in touch. I wish you all the best. If you don't have any more questions, I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tom, sir. I think no question. I can see Tajuddin, sir. Sir, hi. Oh, this is mute. All right. So, Bangalore chapter will come up, with the next week another session. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have a plan for series sessions. So, we'll be in touch, right? So, stay safe. Thank you once again, Shabir sir. IEEE. Thank you all.
Yeah, I must thank IEEE chapter as well. Sorry, I missed that out. Thanks. Thanks once again. All the best. Thank you. Bye. See you.
Anu,
Yes, sir. We are leaving a feedback form here. Please do fill in the form and let us know the topics you're interested in. On behalf of IEEE SB GCW, I express my On behalf of IEEE SB GCW, I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Tom George, Senior Manager at Schneider Electric, for taking his precious time for us. The session was indeed informative. Thank you so much, sir, for such an amazing session. Many thanks to Mr. Arjun Sundareshan, Chairman of GCW Alumni Association Bangalore Chapter, and Mr. Shabir KP for giving us an opportunity to host such an amazing session. Thank you so much, Avinash sir, for being here with us. And I know I can never thank them enough for lending their immense support to us throughout. Last but not the least, thanks to all the participants present here who made this webinar a great success. Thanks to all the students and faculties for showing interest in attending this session. Thank you. I hope
Thanks.
you all fill the feedback form.
okay, Arjun, okay, sir. Thank you once again.
Sure, sir. Thank you. All right.
So we'll be continuing these sessions next week,
Yeah, sure.
coming weeks.
Sure, sure.
And to the participants, Arjun is our 2010 batch, chairman of GCW Alumni